Well, this week I didn't really have that much going on, but with 4 amazing pieces highlighted this past week and some really, really good news for the page this week, we got a little bit to talk about. Hey everyone, it's Tony here with Nerds Never Sleep, and it's time again for another weekly figure roundup. That's right, this is the time of the week where I bring you in and show you all the statues, figures, and collectibles that I highlighted on the channel in the past week, using things like YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, TikToks, and photo galleries across the various social media platforms. Now, this week was a little light on content, I gotta admit, and that is my fault, and I will try to make up for it, obviously, in the weeks to come. But I screwed up a couple of videos, and I tried a new app to auto update and auto upload videos, and it sucked and failed miserably. So I won't get into any of that, but on the bright side, I did have 4 amazing pieces that I talked about this week, and we're gonna get right into things. So starting off the week strong, we had this adorable Winter Miku by Taito. Now this is an oldie but a goodie, and she still holds up perfectly to this day. The one thing I have to point out that I really, really like about this one, besides not having just a regular base, is the foot pegs. So most of the time when the characters have an elevation to their foot or a foot lifted up, it's just plain and that's it. And eventually the figure could lean over time or even just break on the one ankle that is supporting the figure. This Miku actually went a little above and beyond, and they made, while they're not the prettiest thing, they made these little foot stands that helped elevate the feet but also keep the figure supported. So there's no wobbling, no leaning, no nothing, and I really do like that. My only thing about it is I wish instead of them being white, they actually were the matching clear material that the base was, because it would have made it stick out just a little bit less. But all in all, she is absolutely adorable. Every time I post her in the winter season, people ask me where I got her, what she's from. She is, again, just a base Taito prize figure. And back when this came out, these things ran for about $15 to $20. So that's how far back we're going. We're going back years. This Miku is absolutely adorable, and it has so much going on with it with this costume. From the pink and like yellow striped leggings that she's wearing and the little tiny like winter shorts that she's got on with all the fuzz going around them. She's got little puff balls hanging off everywhere. She's wearing like, if you look at her from the back, she looks like she's got a bib on as a cape. So it's pretty amusing, but there is just so much going on with this Miku that I don't even know where to start. She even has a big giant blue bow hanging off the back of her, as well as the little heart-shaped kind of hair bands with the puff balls going off them. She's got her puffy white shirt. I love the pose, the face, the sculpt on this one. The hair, I'm a sucker again for the translucent tips of the hair. This thing just looks absolutely adorable. And again, there is just so much going on with it that you don't even know where to start. But it does have the winter vibe. It's got almost a little snowflake kind of print here on the base, looking almost like a wreath at the bottom. And it is really, really cool. So if you are in the market for a cheap and affordable winter-themed Miku, even though it's not the Snow Miku, I definitely recommend trying to find yourself one of these, and I believe she's had at least one reprint since release, so she may not be that hard to find. But either way, you can't say no to another winter Miku. And for Waifu Wednesday, I went back to one of my favorite franchises, to a fan favorite and my best girl in Persona 5, of course, Makoto, aka Queen. Now, this is part of the Good Smile Pop-Up Parade series, and you know, I love it because it's not part of the new remixes they've been doing with all these different tiers that we have now, pop-up parades. It's a base level pop-up parade, so she does fit with the rest of the crew that has been released so far. If you guys do follow the pop-up parades, you know now we have pop-up parade, we have pop-up parade Special, we have Papa Parade Large, we have Papa Parade Extra Large. We have all these different varieties now and different crazy price points. And certain pieces get released under a certain banner and a certain size that they don't be able to fit in with a set. Queen, however, does fit in with the other Persona ones from both 5 and 3, because we have gotten Aegis. So we do have her fitting with everyone else. She has the crazy base like most of the Papa Parades, the older Papa Parades, I should say, have. Some of the newer ones have different bases, but she has the hex base that kind of can lock in with all the other ones for a cool little display. She has got a red one. Obviously, everyone has kind of their own color, and the figure itself is absolutely beautiful. I like with this one because she is on one leg. She has a very solid foot block underneath her to keep her more balanced rather than just resting on that one foot and ankle. This thing, I've had it since the day it came out. She has not leaned or warped or anything since, and I love it. I think it's a very well put together piece. Everything from the details on her kind of leather and latex looking costume. The mask looks great. Her little knuckle dusters came out awesome. She's got her scarf kind of flowing out behind her, and all the presence of it just looks really, really fantastic. If you are a Persona fan looking for some budget-friendly figures, because I know there are not many of them out there, definitely look into the Good Smile Papa Parade series. I think Joker and Crow have both gotten re-releases already. So if you cannot find her, she is out of stock. Keep on a lookout for a re-release, because they have started re-releasing and reissuing these a lot more with the increased popularity. So if you're looking for a budget-friendly Persona figure, and especially Queen, which I think this might be the only budget-friendly one that we have, definitely get yourself a Good Smile Papa Parade. And then, of course, back to that time I got Reincarnated Slime for That Time I Got Reincarnated Thursday with my boy Rimuru, who is always a favorite with y'all that come to this channel. And it's one of the more odd looking ones, I think, in my collection. And I've got some very strange ones. But this is the Espresso Clear Materials Rimuru. And the way I say it's odd is mostly because of the face on this one. He has a very strange, childlike, cherubish kind of face. And it's very different than what we typically get from Rimuru's. And I've had people actually ask me if this is a bootleg or a 3D print mock-up that I made myself. And he is not. He is from the Ben Presto Espresso series. Now, this obviously is Rimuru from early on in the series, because we've got him more in his plain kind of clothes. And honestly, the details on this are really well done. The costume is great. He's got the little kind of suspenders hanging down. He's got his katana. It's actually sculpted really well. It's not wobbly and bent and a mess. He's got kind of his sheath that you have to put into his hand yourself. So you can actually display this with the sword going either way. I obviously chose to put it in front of him, which is how you're supposed to. But I love that the clear materials part of this one actually comes with the flowing hair, which they did a phenomenal job on the sculpt for. So honestly, I think it's a really cool Rimuru. While it's not close to one of my favorites of prize figures, at least, it is definitely an interesting one to have in the collection, just because not only is he in a different costume than most of my Rimurus are, but he has a very distinct look, again, like I said, with the face and things like that. So if you're looking for something that has a battle pose, has his sword out, things like that, this is definitely a budget-friendly, cheap Rimuru. And he is pretty big, because the Espresso lines usually are a little bit larger. So if you're looking for a budget-friendly Rimuru that has a little bit different of a look to it, I recommend getting this one. But otherwise, if you can't get past the face on it, definitely be fine skipping it. It's kind of up to you. And if I didn't get him for really cheap, I probably wouldn't have bought him myself, because the face is just really, really strange to me. But y'all seem to really like it. Complimented me on my job of custom making it. And yeah, he's not custom, guys. He's legit. look them up online. And if you want one, they're still readily available on most retailers on the cheap. And then I closed out the week because I am a huge Fortnite fan, and we finally got the Battle Bus back after a brief hiatus. I went with one of my Lego builds that I actually own and have bought for myself. Of course, it's the Lego Fortnite Battle Bus. And man, I love this piece. I loved putting it together. It was such a blast, and it kind of has gotten me down the Lego rabbit hole between this and the Horizon Zero Dawn set that I bought. These things are so much fun. This set itself obviously comes with a bunch of minifigures that in the video you can see they're all seated inside the Battle Bus. The top actually can come off and you can look inside, sit figures the way you want. But the details on this thing are so insane, you guys. I'm blown away every time I put together a Lego set and just look at all the intricacies in these things. The detail that goes into just the mocking up of these blows my mind, and shout out to all the Lego engineers who create these things. This is phenomenal. I actually am going to get Band-Aids, and I'm going to put Band-Aids on my bus now to reflect the current Battle Bus that we have in Fortnite, because I think that'll be kind of fun. So you might see the Battle Bus with some of the pieces removed with some Band-Aids on it in the next coming weeks. We'll see. But you guys really seem to like checking this out. Told me I should do more Lego highlights and even do some Lego build live streams. So we'll see going into 2026 what we do. But if you are a Fortnite fan, you are a Lego fan, the Battle Bus here is an absolute no-brainer. I think this thing runs for around $100. So for what you're getting, especially with how big this thing is, it's actually worth the money. I know there are some Lego sets that are way overpriced, but I think this set is actually fairly priced. It's pretty justified, and it comes with a lot of bells and whistles as well as a bunch of minifigures. So if you're looking for a really cool gift for Christmas for a Fortnite fan, you might want to look into getting them a Battle Bus, because they will have hours of fun putting it together, and it does even roll and stuff like that. So they can play with it too if you got little ones. But highly, highly recommend it if you are a Fortnite fan, or even if you're a Fortnite grown-up fan. Because again, I had a blast putting this thing together, and I am so excited to put together more sets in the future. All right, guys, so there was your closer look at the short list of figures that I highlighted this week. So what I always do at the end here is I give my favorite higher end and my favorite lower end. Now, technically, the higher end is going to go to the Battle Bus. And as far as lower end stuff, it's going to go to Makoto from the Persona 5 Papa Parade series, because I absolutely love Makoto. She is best girl in Persona 5, and it is my bias towards her. Sorry, Miku, I love you too. But those are going to be my picks this week. Let me know who your favorites were down in the comments below. And now I'm going to do some quick page updates, because this week, again, not too much went on. I did a weekly roundup and some gaming streams. I did check out the Avatar Frontiers of Pandora third-person update that happened, and I was very, very impressed by it. So I started going back into streaming that this past week, having a very, very good time with it. I am blown away with the effort they put into the third-person perspective, and it does actually add a lot of benefits to the gameplay. So if you haven't checked out Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, either come in, check out the streams, shoot the breeze a little bit, talk some nerdy stuff, and check it out yourself, or definitely get it on sale right now, because, man, I know it has the Ubisoft curse, but the game is actually really, really well made, and I'm having a blast revisiting again after so many years, kind of with it on the shelf. Other than that, didn't really get to too much, but I have been teasing it for a while, and this is an empty box. So I have ready to go the Armored All Might Kuji unboxing and review. I am excited to release this. It's going to release on Saturday to coincide with the final episode of My Hero Academia. And I have something else kind of in the works ready to go too. And other than that, guys, it's just going to be more game streaming and more kind of collectible stuff. So stay tuned to see what we've got. I have another episode of Prize Figure Face Off kind of getting ready to go. I'm going to ask your guys' thoughts on which one you want me to do first. And we're going to go from there. So that's going to be it for this one, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed checking out all these great figures with me this week. And if you did like the video, do me a solid, click the like, the subscribe, the share, spread that nerdiness, follow on all the socials. The links are down in the description below, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye, everyone.